So thank you so much for being on time. That is the first step in being a professional. Give it up for yourselves. We're always proud of ourselves when we're on time. So it's kind of those little achievements that really make the big ones. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, congratulations, you are in luck. We are going to be recognizing females in cannabis today, both in the Nevada market and nationwide. So you have picked the right meeting to join into. If you have already a chamber member and you've been riding us for a while, thank you for your commitment. We appreciate it. We appreciate you sticking by us, supporting us in every way possible. The best way definitely is to come to these meetings and let folks know what you learned here today, so Nevada can continue to be the leading market in the United States and eventually take over the world and the universe. I'm sure everybody is fine with that. All right, so for those of you who don't really know about the Chamber, we started our organization in October of 2020. Myself and three of my colleagues, Danny, Ashley, and Shelby, really saw a need to reform justice, move commerce forward, and impact our community. So our association works very similar to a Chamber of Commerce, connecting people, building those relationships, building relationships with our political advisors, and being a part of solutions, not just say we're going to do something and not follow through. So if those things interest you, this is probably the group for you. If those things are not for you, that's okay. It might not be for you either. A little bit about us. Here we are. This is our executive board and some of our directors. Not everyone is pictured here, but we do have a board of directors and an advisory panel. So really top experts in every demographic and every subject matter that can have a seat at the table and contribute their 2 cents. Now, I could sit here and tell you all about these people all day long because I love them so much. But instead of me telling you about them, I'm gonna go ahead and introduce our hype video that we just had the pleasure of making with Culture and Cannabis so that you can see a little bit more about our team and really who we are. Danny, hit it. And don't blink, it goes fast. What?
Can I make a quick joke? Since I was taking care of my grandma, you will not see me featured in the video. But I am still a part of the gang. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so great. Thank you so much to Chuck and Tony of Culture and Cannabis for making that video. So that video was to Meek Mill, Wins and Losses, with Eric Thomas talking at the beginning. I probably listen to Meek Mill every single day. I love him because he's not only a great rapper, but he's all about reform and has put his time and money into reform. And when I wake up in the morning, I know this is gonna find it hard to believe, but I'm actually in a pretty bad mood. Good thing I have all my dispensary text messages coming in telling me about all the good deals to help me wake up a little bit better. But usually I turn on Meek Mill and listen to that song, and it just puts me in the right frame of mind that I have an opportunity to really lead an initiative and a movement. So we are gonna have that posted on our website.
With sound this time. So unfortunately you didn't get to hear the hype video, but it was an incredible thing. Like Tina mentioned, she listens to it every day.
It wasn't playing?
The sound didn't go through. I apologize.
Okay, we'll try to fix that so that you can hear the sound. Sorry about that, you guys. So for those of you who haven't joined us before, real quick, we just want to break it down so that you know kind of what our pillars are and what we are doing to activate them. Back in October, we supported 8 candidates who support the fair interpretation of the law, cannabis laws. They were judicial candidates, and we're happy to report out 7 of them were elected. We want to see cannabis move forward by leading a fair and equitable social use campaign with social equity that we will be talking about just a little bit here more, and then impacting our community. So many times people think that that impact needs to start with, you know, some phantom person in the sky that's a CEO or an owner, and that's not usually how it works. So we want to make sure everyone on this call feels empowered and knows the steps that they can take to impact their community right here in Nevada or wherever you may be. Couple big wins we want to share. Many of you are probably familiar with NCIA. They are an incredible organization nationwide. We strive to be like them. They have over 2,000 business associations and 10,000 members that belong to them. If you have not been to their website, we highly recommend it. They are reforming laws at the national level, specifically for the industry. And through the due diligence of Danny, Kaylee, and Bree, we actually got a Allied Association membership so that we can partner with them more and continue to learn best practices from them. We also had a great opportunity come to us through Frankie Sokin, who is a part of our group, and she is also getting her master's degree at USC. She's a member of Canna Club USA, which is a cannabis club that's in over 26 colleges, and they have interns ready to go. These interns are specializing in finance and systems, definitely something that many of us in cannabis need help with, me included. And they would like to place these interns with companies that want to see those interns develop and then hopefully come on board. So if you do have an interest, whether you are a small company like Bounty with 2 guys doing the work, shout out to Wade and Fernando, or you are a huge company like Curaleaf and you want to support the internship, let's get some really super smart people on our teams. Also, very happy to report out that we have had some great press around what we are doing. I had the opportunity to talk on NPR with Scott Rutledge about our social use and social equity proposals. Las Vegas Review Journal had a great article 2 Sundays ago. Scott, thank you again for commenting on that. Vegas Cannabis Magazine, one of the most widespread magazines that is read by the industry. Thank you for publishing 2 articles. You can catch our ad there too. And then Beard Bros. Many of us follow Beard Bros. They're such a great resource, easy to read articles that take 5 minutes. And they published our article on social use written by Bree. So thank you, homies at Beard Bros. You are welcome to come on our show anytime. Special thank you to Curaleaf and Apothecarium for highlighting our female-founded organization for Women's History Month. Nicole Silverman and Jen T over at Curaleaf did a great article and shoot with Nicole Lefong and I, and Apothecarium ran an article and all of our photos this past Monday in their email circulation. So we appreciate you seeing us and recognizing us.
All right. One of our goals at the Chamber is to unite our members. So we do a little section each week called Roll Call. So now is your time to shine. All right. Each of you have 1 minute. The timer is on the screen. So I will press start after I give you a short introduction. So we will start with our roll call of our individual member, Michael Mills. Michael, I had the privilege of social networking with you at our very first Chamber mixer back when we could do it in person. And I heard the only thing better than your company is your accent. So Mills, can you share with your group about yourself and what you do in cannabis? Go. Are you there, Mills?
All right, I was on mute. So I'm Michael Mills. I run sales for HS Brands International. We offer brand protection services for many industries, but we focus in cannabis. It's something that's close to me and my partner, my brother. So we offer mystery shopping and social media monitoring, guest feedback solutions, And also right now, one of the things that we do that we're probably doing the most right now in cannabis is focus groups and product testing. So cannabis brands that want to get small focus groups together to test their product against other products. We organize that and provide data. But obviously with COVID protocols, we do a lot of mystery shopping as well, so that people can, basically measure the training efficacy around current protocols. But I just generally love the cannabis industry. I love what these ladies are doing here with the chamber, and I appreciate the time. Thank you very much.
Mills, wow, your timing is excellent. And again, secret shopping and really getting to know the demographics of consumers and their behavior is absolutely something that we can use in cannabis. So if you, Mills, please drop your information in the chat so that people can get to know you. And next, I'm not sure if she was able to make the meeting, but we do have Lucy Espinoza. She is owner of A Smooth Affair. She's also a Las Vegas native, and she is also a veteran. So thank you so much for your service. Lucy is a really great example of a business that supports cannabis and would eventually like to open a spa type business license in the future with consumption. So Lucy, if you are here, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself and A Smooth Affair? Are you there, Lucy?
And if not, we'll come back to her. She said she was running late.
Fair enough. All right. So next, I'm very excited to introduce you all to someone that I work closely with and admire as an extremely positive and influential leader of patient consultants, or also known as bud tenders. So Christopher, can you please share with us a little bit about yourself and also the Apothecarium?
Sure. Hey, everyone. I'm Christopher from the Apothecarium. I have been lucky enough to be part of this team for the past 3 years. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary in the Las Vegas market, opening up in 2016 as a medical-only dispensary. That really has set the foundation for who we are today. At the Apothecarium, we really pride ourselves in our knowledge, the experience, and the education that we're giving back to the community. So with us being so far away from the Strip, we truly are a locals destination. So our goal is for every customer to be really confident with the cannabis that they leave with. So if you're a first-time user, you're a stoner, or you're using this as medicine, your product is solid, all your questions are answered, and you feel good leaving. So if you haven't been out to the Apothecarium, I invite you to come say hello. We love connecting with people and building a network. No one knows what it's like to work in this industry but us, so please come and say hello. And if you haven't followed us on Instagram or Twitter, go show us some love. Thank you guys for giving us the minute to kind of say hello.
We so appreciate you, Christopher. And like Christopher said, come by to the Apothecarium, say hi, make sure you say hi to Chris and all the other patient consultants up there. And next we have Brandon. So Brandon has something that we all want and we all need, and that is packaging. So Brandon, can you please tell us about yourself and also Calico Group? Brandon, are you there? Are you on mute, Brandon? No? All right. Well, if you're not here now, we can come back another time. But Brandon works with Calico, one of our gold members, and we really appreciate them. So we'll come back later, see if our two friends are here. Oops, sorry, run the timer. There you go.
Awesome. So next we want to highlight our gold members. For those of you who don't know, our organization is all volunteer ran. Many of us don't have children, so we have lots of time on our hands. And we could not run the organization without financial donors and generous businesses that see what we're doing and want to put their money behind us. So a special thank you to David and Romy over at 8th Gardens. This is a great example of a company that started off at a green membership, and then by seeing what we're doing in the community has upgraded now to a gold membership. So thank you so much, David and Romy. Huxton, if you are familiar with their clever little pre-rolls, it's such a wonderful company with great marketing, also co-female owned. We're going to introduce Chelsea, our co-owner, in just a second. Credit Union One, by golly, if we can find a bank that will do business with us. We have scored big, and we have found a bank right here in Nevada, and we encourage you to reach out to Kristen, who will introduce shortly as well, from Credit Union One, to see if they can help you with all of your banking needs. Grow Controlled. This referral came to us from Chris Stoker, who was a member just a couple months ago and now has joined with Grow Control. They design cultivation facilities, machinery, everything that you need. I was blown away just going to their website. And finally, our last gold member is Universal Furniture Design, a company that has nothing to do with cannabis. And this is exactly what we want to see. So more businesses, just like Universal Furniture Design, who say, I want to get into the market. I'd love to know more about the cannabis industry and who's helping shape it. So thank you all to our gold members. Next up, we have our new members.
All right. So if you're joining us for our meeting tonight and you're not a member, but you look at this list, you see other businesses, you see your friends, and you want to join our coalition and stay informed and involved in all things cannabis, we will drop a link of how to join in the chat or check out our website. You can do that there. So moving right along into welcoming some of our new members. Again, we're so excited that you're joining force with us. Please feel free to drop your name and your LinkedIn or your Instagram so other members can connect with you. So boom, starting with Wanda from Universal Furniture Design. Wanda's not in the cannabis industry, but we actually connected on Clubhouse. She heard what I was talking about in regards to our legislative goals and our business development goals. And she wanted to know more about what was going on in Nevada cannabis. She wanted to meet some people in the industry, and eventually, as an entrepreneur, she would like to own her own cannabis, sports and wellness type company. So thank you so much for joining. And next we have Chelsea Johnson and also Michael, brother and sister. And
No.
Oh,
They're not brother and sister.
oh,
No.
okay.
Sorry. They're not brother and sister.
All right. Apologies. That was a joke. Anyway.
Oh, Danny, you're so funny.
All right. So Chelsea and Michael from Huxton. Chelsea is the co-founder, and this is an Arizona-based company. They've been in Nevada for 2 years, and we highly recommend picking up a pack of their pre-rolls. So welcome to the team, you two. We appreciate you. We understand you're not brothers and sisters. Forget I said that. Okay, next, moving right along, we've got Kristen Stowe. And again, it's so exciting to have a credit union willing to partner with and support cannabis businesses. If you're dealing with any cannabis banking headaches, we highly recommend you reach out to our friend Kristen. And moving right along, we have Caleb Chen. He's the founder of The Highest Critic. Again, he is actually based in Reno, but does a lot of work in the cannabis space, educating people and providing any sort of critique. If you have product you'd like to send him to review so that he can publish it, hit him up. Next, we have Stormy Lane Productions. Side note, can you please slide into our DMs? We somehow misplaced your membership form, but thank you so much for joining. We appreciate you. Following that, we have Cree and Lewis. These are the two co-founders of Tuacana. I think I said that right, Tuacana. This is a cannabis software, and we got a preview of this. It's a software program that goes all the way from combining metric to your production to your retail, and then eventually the most exciting thing they're building out is social use venues, so they can do everything from your, doing your metric, your inventory, doing an order, doing reservations, all of these things. So that's going to be launching in fall, and we will absolutely keep you updated and give you more previews once we know more. We see this as a huge solution and a company that we definitely want to share with all of you. Following those two, Ann Hall, huge welcome, manager of Acres. Tina and I were so grateful we got to speak to your bud tenders on Tuesday and share with them the initiatives of the Chamber and how to be a cannabis advocate. Side note, if you are a member of the Chamber and you are a dispensary or any company, Tina and I are more than happy to come speak to your employees and share with them all the things we're doing and how they can become a cannabis advocate themselves. And next, I wanted to give a huge COVID-approved virtual hug to Nicole Silverman. She is the director of marketing for Curaleaf. And wow, not only is she a big ball of fun, but she is a wealth of talent and knowledge, and I appreciate her a lot. So following her, Lucy Espinoza. We haven't heard from her yet, but she's so great. And she owns a Smooth Affair, again, Las Vegas veteran, cannabis advocate, and a veteran. So last two, and we're moving right along quickly. I'm so grateful to introduce you to two leaders in this industry that work as bud tenders and thought, hey, I want to do more for this industry. And so they created a business and a pot cast, if you will. So their podcast, High Bud Tenders, is heard internationally. So people all over the world are hearing about what's going on in Nevada cannabis and elsewhere. And you can find them on Spotify, Apple Music, everywhere you catch podcasts. They're sharing knowledge and expanding the industry and changing the stigma. You can also catch yours truly 2 episodes ago if you want to hear some more of me talking. So welcome to Rocky and Jarrell. We really appreciate you.
All right, sliding back in here. So next we're going to go through a little CCB update. For those of you who aren't familiar with how Nevada works, we have a legislator that makes our laws, and then we have a CCB, or a Cannabis Compliance Board, that are the regulators. Mount up. So these regulators really don't know anything about cannabis. They are folks that know about regulation, and we want to make sure that we are giving them the solutions, as I said before, so that they can make the best choices for the industry and the community. So most recently, they had their public meeting. Danny, myself, and Nicole all submitted public comment. We had our 3rd meeting with, and excuse me, you can read that public comment on the CCB website. Our 3rd meeting with the executive board went very well. We talked about the subcommittees that they'll be creating for specific topics, such as social equity. We talked about our social use proposal, which they are very happy with so far. We also talked a little bit about the illicit market and making sure that they realize that it is still alive and very well. And if we don't have prices and taxes that are under control to compete with the illicit market prices, we will continue to see an increase in that market. And they had no idea. So we highly recommend signing up for their emails and attending their meetings, especially if you are a leader in the Nevada cannabis space or want to be. It's not the most exciting thing, but at the same time, you could smoke weed while you watch it and they would never frickin' know. Danny?
Perfect. And I'm here to read some more names. So I wanted to really highlight the members that were able to become cannabis that were by the governor appointed to the advisory board. So if you've been catching the meetings, they've been talking about this advisory board of industry leaders that will guide the CCB. You know, we are boots on the ground. We understand what's going on, but as the regulators, they're not entirely sure of all the nuances of the industry. And so they need our advice, and especially these leaders. So we wanted to just go through this list really fast. We have Benjamin Chu, James Hammer, Aisha Goins. She's the founder of the Cannabis Equity and Inclusion Community, which we will hear from shortly. Jillian Nelson, Michael Neekum, Kima Ogden from Top Notch, Dr. Jennifer Pearson, and Daniel Stewart. So really excited to see what these advisory board and cannabis leaders will do to influence the industry and future regulations.
And if any of you have specific concerns and suggestions, solutions to these concerns, you can reach out to us. You can schedule a time. You can write a professional email. We then have created already 1 document with concerns and solutions that we will be following up with the CCB on. Everything from exit bags need to go. It just says, hey, I have drugs in here, teenagers, to why can't we have a patient program and we're still mixing soon to be expired products with bleach and kitty litter, which is absolutely barbaric. So if you have concerns and solutions, don't hold them in, send them to us and we will be that voice for you. All right, now we actually have a special presentation from Asia and Teddy from CEIC. If you are not familiar with CEIC, they are another incredible organization right here, founded by females in Nevada, working to reform laws and to ensure that there is more social equity when it comes to the next round of licenses. We have the honor of having Asia as one of our members as well, and we'd like to turn it over to you and Teddy to tell us just a little bit more about your youth reform bill. Asia?
Hi, thank you. Thank you, Tina. Thank you, Danny. Thank you for everybody at the Cannabis Chamber for allowing CEIC to be a guest on your meeting tonight. So we appreciate that. CEIC, Cannabis Equity and Inclusion Community. We launched a bill, the AB 158. It's Juvenile Youth Possession Reform Bill. And I don't see Teddy. Is Teddy on here? Teddy's our policy director. So she's gonna go. Oh, there you are. Hi. So she's gonna go over AB 158. We got the Tina, asked us to be on there, and I'm really grateful to her because we want to be able to put as many eyes in front of this bill as possible. It's really important that we decriminalize cannabis as it relates to our youth. And there's several different solutions on how we could do that. So I'll turn it over to Teddy, who's our policy director, and she'll go over what these items are. All right, Teddy.
Hi, everyone. Tina, can I share my screen?
Yes, you can.
Okay. Sorry, bear with me. This is my first time sharing my screen. So let's see.
Hey, this technology thing is
I mean,
not as easy as
you know what I mean?
these kids make it look, okay? Don't let anyone fool you. And when someone ever says to me, wow, you don't know how to do that? You don't know how to do Zoom? You don't know how, you know what you say back to them? We can't be good at everything.
Exactly. That's a cute answer, Tina.
Everyone can
echo
steal
that.
that line.
Let's see.
If for those of you who aren't following CEIC already on Instagram, please give them a follow. This is the type of information that we really need people to pass down in their all hands on deck meetings. I'm sure Asia and her team will be glad to come in as well, just as Danny and I were to Cureleaf the other day, do a 10 to 15 minute overview so that your employees know that you're supporting associations that support reform, because I mean, not everybody can do that. So please tell your team. And they actually have a campaign right now going on to call the legislators, which they're going to tell you about.
Teddy, if you look at the bottom, there's like a little green button that says share screen.
Yeah, I know. It's just not
Doing it.
yeah.
Do you want me to pull it up on mine and share my
Can you do
screen?
that? Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, hold on.
Again, you can't be good at everything, genuinely. So you're good at a lot of things, you too. We appreciate you. So no.
You're too kind. You're too kind.
And if for any reason it doesn't share, Teddy, I mean, by all means, you can still tell us about the bill and what everybody on this call can do to help get it passed.
Yeah, of course. Asia, let me know if it works for you. If not, I'll just go off of the presentation.
Okay, 1 second. You actually could go over the overview of what AB 158 is while I pull up your slide.
Okay, yeah, so hi everyone. Thank you for allowing Asia and I to come and kind of share with you what we have going on at CEIC. AB 158 is our first bill. So we're very excited about that. As they've mentioned, it is a juvenile possession reform bill. So as it stands right now, existing law in Nevada, it's basically you get a misdemeanor for anyone who's under the age of 21 who possesses alcohol, cannabis. Cannabis is for, let's see, 1 ounce or less. So it was important for us as CEIC. We're very policy driven. Oh wait, Asia, do you have it?
Hey, I think I did it.
Ah, okay. Now we're moving. Okay. So yes, AB 158, which revises the penalties for certain offenses involving alcohol or cannabis. Yeah, so as I was mentioning, this is what the existing law is. And I mean, for us, it speaks volumes, right? Because first offenses, you're looking at juveniles, young people who are being charged with misdemeanors, right? And although they may be juveniles and they can get their records sealed, it's important for us not to throw them into a system that's very hard to get out of, right? So that's what AB 158 is all about. It's about alternatives, right? So updates on the bill. AB 158 was heard on March 3rd in the Assembly Judiciary. Aisha and I both met with all the members of the judiciary, all of whom were very excited about the bill. We have major supporters like the ACLU, Public Defender's Office, the Nevada Attorneys for Criminal Justice, Normal, so many people. We were overwhelmed, honestly, with the amount of support and no objections, no opposition of the bill. So that's always great. We do have proposed amendments, and I'll get to those shortly. So how does AB 158 impact change, right? So it gives youth an opportunity of redemption instead of issuing citations and referrals. Encourages rehabilitation for juveniles under the age of 19 years old, shuts down the school to prison pipeline, pre-arrest diversion. Some of the proposed amendments that we've been working with the DA's office. So like for the first offense, if a child is stopped or detained, basically they would be issued a citation, but they would be kind of given a chance to do community service, so not more than 100 hours of community service. So something else that they'd be able, like the first or second offenses, it would be into, they basically, so the peace officers would call the parent, right? Making sure that they're safe at home. They get like a psych evaluation done, checking on their mental health. Also like some considerations that are going on right now is whether or not they'll be kind of taken to the harbor, which is proposed right now, and we're kind of sorting through that. So bills that we support, SB 50, that's the Attorney General's no-knock warrant bill. AB 138 allows people who have been convicted of a drug felony to be eligible for SNAP and TANF benefits. BDR 135, it's the NDA's bill, so allows curbside pickup for cannabis sales. And then AB 157, which authorizes a person who's been a victim of certain discriminatory conduct relating to any incident involving a peace officer to bring a civil action under certain circumstances, also known as the Karen bill. So how to get on board. So if you like what you hear, I know I'm kind of speeding through it, but you can always contact myself, Aisha, probably I'd be better to contact, or Asia as well. Send letters of support to members of the Judiciary Committee, right? Especially the chair, Chair Yeager. Call or email your personal legislators, raise awareness on social media. Track AB 158 on Nellis, which is very easy to use. I believe it's on the top right-hand corner. And call in to support when the bill is heard on the Senate floor, right? So it'll be heard next, and then hopefully passes with all the votes, and then we'll move on to the Senate. Also join us, register at www.ceicnv.org to join the fight for freedom, equity, and opportunity in support of those who've been disenfranchised by the failed war on drugs. Hi, Bree. So yeah, that concludes the presentation. I will also, I know we're like short on time, Tina, so I'm sorry for all the hiccups at the beginning, but I'll drop my email in the chat for anyone who has questions about the org or about AB 158 in particular. Yeah, help us in the fight.
Yeah.
Good job, Teddy. Thank you.
No worries. We just showed our hype video and it didn't even have any sound, Teddy. So look at that. But we're going to show it at the end. But thank you. I mean, you guys are also all volunteers, just normal, passionate women, a coalition just like ours that's fighting for reform. So again, if you are in the cannabis industry and you are a leader, we really appreciate you announcing both of our organizations to your team so we can continue to grow our coalitions and continue to educate.
So while we're on the subject of incredible females in the cannabis space, grab your piece, grab some popcorn, and enjoy a video of female leaders in Nevada cannabis that are breaking glass ceilings and breaking stigmas. And I'm going to make sure the sound works this time. So give me just a moment.
The sound doesn't work because you muted yourself. You have to unmute yourself.
Thanks.
can't get this
Okay.
my way. Oh my God.
Press it here, move it up.
There we go. All right, let's try this really fast.
Sorry, 1 sec.
Okay. Get over.
Hey everyone, thank you again for joining us as we recognize and celebrate dynamic women in the Nevada cannabis space who are shaping it and building it by putting in the work. My name is Tina Ullman and I'm the president of the Chamber of Cannabis. Just a couple months ago, I founded this organization with 3 of my colleagues who were just as passionate about cannabis as I was. But they were also passionate about connecting women, elevating them, and building them up. Over the next couple minutes, you're going to meet some of those women. I hope you enjoy their stories.
Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Rachel Knox and I'm a clinical endocannabinoologist and cannabinoid medicine specialist. And I'm also co-founder and chair for the Association for Cannabis Health Equity in Medicine, also known as ACHEM. Now I'm passionate about cannabis because I know that it's a root solution to many of the medical and socio-ecological problems plaguing our global society. But I'm also really passionate about it because it is the most suitable, the correct tool of investment in the restitution, reparation, and revitalization of the communities most negatively impacted by the enforcement of cannabis prohibition. Now, as pioneers in this cannabis space, it is our duty to let this plant do what it was put on Mother Earth to do, and that's heal, right? Now, history is still being written. The history of cannabis is certainly still being written. So to all the proud members of the Chamber and everyone else in this cannabis world, let's make some history. Happy Women's History Month.
Hi guys, my name is Brenda Gonzalez, one of the owners of Sahara Wellness, Canisters, and Circle West Farms. What a joy it's been to be a part of this industry over the years and see how it's grown and how many people that everybody has worked together to help. Especially proud to be a part of the Chamber of Cannabis and just the great things that they are working on. I'm just excited that they are filling that space that we all needed. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Maggie Presley of Suma Cannabis and Panna Extracts. I'm passionate about leading the cannabis industry in Nevada because I am Nevada. I'm a 5th generation Nevadan. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon, and this is where I've put my roots in and my family's put their roots in. We want to lead this industry out of the traditional market and into the legal market. We want Nevada to profit, and we want the people that are invested in it to profit as well.
Hi, my name is Sam and I'm the Director of Sales at New Leaf. One thing I would like to see immediately change within our industry is the lack of consumption lounges. I feel as though operators have shown that they are capable of managing a multitude of regulations, and over the last year in particular, responsible enough to deal with the health and safety of our employees, our customers, and our community. I think that pushing this bill would cement our place as a revenue generating asset for the state and push the Nevada cannabis scene to the forefront of the country as the model to follow. I am so happy to be a part of the Chamber of Cannabis as they support equity for people that look like me within this industry. And I'm thrilled that it's being led by some of the best women in the industry. I am super happy to be here and look forward to more. Thanks.
Hey, it's Ashley, and I am the Director of Business Development for NV Can Labs. I am passionate about cannabis because I am passionate about holistic healthcare and each and every one of us having a choice and an option when it comes to healing our body. This has personally affected my life because my son was told at 3 years old that he would have to take medicine every day the rest of his life, and then eventually take more medicine because he would become immune. And I chose to not accept that. And with holistic treatments such as CBD, essential oils, chiropractic, healthy eating, he has been able to not take medicine in over 7 years. So I am very passionate about each and every one of us having these options. I'm so excited to be a part of the chamber and sit on the board and be a part of these changes that we seek. You know, all of us see things that we want to be better, and sometimes we feel helpless. We're not. We're already taking over Nevada. So come on, ladies, it's time to take over the world.
My name is Tasia Pualani, and I'm the founder and CEO of Pualani Products. One thing I appreciate about working in this industry is the sense of community that it brings. I love being able to connect with people from all walks of life and bond over this wonderful plant. I'm proud to be a member of the Chamber, and I look forward to building a brighter, more inclusive future for women in the cannabis space.
Hi, I'm Roz McCarthy, founder and CEO of Minorities for Medical Marijuana. I'm here today to tell you why I'm so passionate about cannabis reform. Truly, we have an opportunity to make a difference and change people's lives. Cannabis is an industry that was built on the back of Black and brown people who were disproportionately impacted by the war on drugs. Today, tomorrow, and the next day, we have an opportunity to clear people's records, to create economic opportunity through social equity. Today, I hope you join me and celebrate the fact that it's Women's History Month, and also the fact that we are together working with the Chamber to make a difference. Yes, I'm here. I'm proud to say I'm a part of the cannabis community.
What's up, everyone? I'm Megan. I'm VP of Marketing and Business Development at Canisters, and I'm passionate about cannabis because it helps me stay grounded with my son, and it also helps me to invent super dope products to smoke with all the consumers out there. Proud to support the Chamber of Cannabis and the women that run it. Thanks, ladies.
This is Gia Kubik. I am the Director of Sales with Green Thumb Industries, GTI, here in Nevada. Thank you so much for this awesome nomination. I would like to say that I'm passionate about cannabis. I think it's a God plant. I think that this is the most miraculous thing, the closest thing to a panacea our world will ever see, whether it's medicinal, recreational, pure fun. It is my personal mission to have global awareness, access, and education for cannabis, with cannabis, all things cannabis. So also want to say to women in cannabis out there, keep going. You are stronger than you think. You are more powerful than you think. And we need all of you to keep stepping up. This space is ready for you. So keep climbing. And I want to thank the Chamber for the passion, for the powerful things that you're creating. I'm so proud to be a part of this group, to be honored here. Let's take over Nevada. Let's take over the world. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bye, team.
Blessings and love. It's Christina Thomas, Director for Veterans Voices with the Chamber of Cannabis. I'm here letting you know that I am passionate being an advocate for plant medicine because I myself am a patient. And being a medical marijuana patient and being an advocate and letting others know that you can be your own miracle patient too with this plant, I am all for it. I stand for everyone having the opportunity and the availability for them to choose their health and their wellness. So blessings and love, all of us that are out there that are patients. Let's stand together. Let's get it together. Let's change the world.
Hey there, this is Melinda Brown, Director of Sales for THC Production. You'll know us by our brands OMG, THC, as well as Experience Premium Cannabis. I consider myself so blessed to have been given the opportunity to work in this industry, and I have a soft spot in my heart for cannabis being used as medicine. There have been people very, very close to me in my life that have had miraculous turnarounds in PTSD, their ability to sleep. A couple of people who have used cannabis for pain management rather than opioids. And believe me, I've seen what opioids can do to people, the addiction factor, having been in the medical field for over 29 years. I love the Chamber of Cannabis and the people that are involved. You all are so fun and you're so full of knowledge. I'm looking forward to seeing the changes that are coming and the effect that we as the Chamber of Cannabis will have. Cheers.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Parrott,
and I'm the founder of RP Collaborations, known for hosting the Women Grow Las Vegas events, as well as sales, consulting, education, and all kinds of specialty collaborations. And if there was something that I could immediately change in this industry, it would be the access and opportunity for women to get elevated in the workplace and achieve executive level positions. I think it's so important that we all support each other and celebrate each other's accomplishments and inspire the next generation of leaders. And I'm so proud to be a chamber member because together I feel like we can really make a difference. We can stay informed and learn how to take real steps towards change.
Hi, I'm Shelby Stanley, owner and operator of Dandy LLC, and I'm passionate about cannabis because I was able to see what it did for the quality of life for my stepfather, who was diagnosed with stage 4 colorectal cancer and passed away. I also was able to see how it joined our industry because everybody who found out was able to come out and help. So that's why I'm passionate about cannabis, and I hope you are too. Thank you.
Peace and blessings, CannaFam. My name is Nicole Lefong. I am Director of Medical Voices for the Chamber of Cannabis, as well as Western Regional Director for Minorities for Medical Marijuana. And I am passionate about advocating for the use of plant medicine because I am a walking testimony to the power of healing plants. And I feel it is my duty to ensure that my community have access to this information, have access to the resources, and I'll spend the rest of my days ensuring that they do. Everyone should be allowed to grow an herb garden where they can go to find the healing plants that can heal their bodies as well as their families. And so I'm honored to work with the Chamber and work with Minorities for Medical Marijuana to ensure that this dream becomes a reality.
My name is Danny Baranowski. I'm Vice President of the Chamber of Cannabis, and I also do sales and operations for State Flower Cannabis and Valhalla Confections. One thing that excites me about this industry is the incredible opportunity to literally build it up. We are in the foundational stages of this industry. They're going to be writing about us in the history book. So we have the opportunity to make a difference, to do something incredible that all surrounds the plant that both provides healing, peace, happiness, and love. I'm so grateful to be a part of the Chamber of Cannabis, which has brought me so many incredible connections, has helped me develop myself professionally, and has allowed me to learn new skills and talents. I'm so grateful that I get to share this industry with all of you and looking forward to growing it to be the best.
So much divine feminine energy. Thank you so much, ladies. That was wonderful. We hope those of you who don't get the opportunity to social butterfly it around and do go to the same place of employment every day are meeting other women that maybe you might not have been able to meet right here. So thank you to Tony from Culture and Cannabis who strung that together for us. He is flying in the air somewhere off far away, but thank you so much, Culture and Cannabis. All right, so we also want to recognize some of the ladies in the industry who have taken the big deep dive into ownership. I think many of us on this call want to be owners of some sort so that we can have our own business, but it is taking that first step and of course raising the capital, and these women have done it. So first we want to recognize Ms. Brenda Gonzalez, owner of Sahara Wellness and Canisters. Brenda, thank you for being the leader in the market for females, setting the example for how to have thick skin, resilience, and run your shop, know what's going on day in and day out. We appreciate you. Next, we want to recognize Miss Queen Ava. She is the co-owner of Lucid Dispensaries up in Winnemucca, one of the newest dispensaries to open in Nevada. Queen comes to us from Washington. I had the pleasure of meeting her just a couple months ago, and by golly, when she hugs you, you feel important, you feel loved, and you feel cared about. So if you haven't had the opportunity to meet her, we hope you do.
Next, I want to introduce you all and give some recognition to Kristen from Dojo Canico. She is one of the rare female cultivators in this industry, and I was so lucky to have met her via our friend of the personal friend and chamber member, Joey Posney. Shout out. Thank you for connecting other like-minded women. And next are 3 women that saw a need in the industry, and then they figured out how to fill it. And now they're here to do that for you too. So Alyssa, Lisa, and Marianne from the Higher Source, we appreciate you. And hit them up for your sourcing needs from biomass to employees.
And next up, we want to recognize Miss Stephanie Sheehan, editor and co-owner of Vegas Cannabis Magazine. Again, thank you for creating a publication that we can all use as a resource and get more knowledge from. Following that, we have Miss Jen T, owner of Connect Hospitality. Jen, thank you for creating a business that will be a resource when we do open social use venues for everything from SOPs, planning events, you name it. So if you are looking to get a social use venue, Jen is the person that is going to have everything ready for you. And next up, we have Miss Quanine, co-owner of Green Life Productions. By golly, their product speaks for themselves, for itself. We appreciate you being a gold member.
And Quanine, thank you for introducing us to your high school friend, Lori from Fingerprinting Inc. Again, connecting like-minded women is something we're really passionate about at the Chamber of Cannabis. And if you know anyone that we should meet, send them our way. We have good jokes. And well, that's up for debate. But sorry. Let's see. And while we may not be able to go to Hawaii because we're busy moving and shaking, we can definitely have the islands brought to us via Tasia. Tasia owns Pualani Products, and I really appreciate her entrepreneurial spirit. I used her CBD mask last night, and that's why my skin is looking fantastic.
Yes, it is, Danny B. Next up, we have Leilani Bernardo, co-owner of Culture and Cannabis, a great example of a brand that was not started by millionaires and has grown into a multi-state brand. Congratulations. Following Leilani, we have Miss Shannon Dorn, owner of Dope Photo, and the talented photographer who took our team picture that you saw earlier today. Tiffany Watkins, my personal pal from Old Pal, who oversees our business development department, and she is the owner of Vanguard Media. Thank you, Tiffany.
And again, I introduced Wanda earlier. She's a business owner. She's an entrepreneur. Although she's not directly in cannabis, she has the initiative. She reached out to us. She connected with us. And we really appreciate you reaching out. And again, we are ready to help you become an owner once those licenses are available. And following Wanda, we have Rocky. Rocky, again, is the founder of High Bud Tenders that I told you about before. And she's also doing incredible cannabis entrepreneurial ventures. And I hope she'll be able to share those with you soon.
Sliding back in here, we have Miss Kennedy Johnson, who is the owner of Free Relief Photography. And Kennedy actually took our pictures this weekend for Ashley's birthday, and she partnered with Samantha Vitone, owner of Vitone Talent Agency. Samantha is a local model here, also in the cannabis scene, and these ladies made us feel like the models that we should have been, but somehow we got stuck working in cannabis. So thank you, ladies. They're actually running a special right now for anybody that's on this call and that's a member. If you also want to get some professional pictures done, just for yourself to feel good, whatever, it's $100. You get 2 outfit changes. You're going to get 15 minutes at each outfit, and they're going to give you some edits. This is for the dudes too, not just the ladies. So please reach out to Kennedy and Samantha, and they'll walk you through that. And finally, I do think that we have Lucy on. Lucy, are you there? Lucy Esperanza with the Smooth Affair, are you there? She's there. So Lucy donated a gift card to us that we're going to be giving away for a facial or a teeth whitening. Danny, I'm not sure if my teeth actually were blinding you earlier, but I did just get them whitened twice. And it was a fantastic deal, and my teeth are not sensitive. So Lucy, we appreciate you being a veteran, being a local Nevadan, and supporting the cannabis industry. Christina Thomas, our Director of Veterans Voices. She is a holistic coach. She is a wellness coach. She has a CBD line. She is incredible. Wears many hats, and we're glad to have her on our team. And rounding about our owners is Miss Shelby Stanley with Dandy LLC. By golly, nobody likes to do audits, but Shelby does, so call Dandy. Okay, a couple mind-blowing statistics we just want to share after sharing all of those positive stories. It's important that we also have some statistics that everybody should know. So this came out actually in Beer Bros on their weekly email that they send out. And it was pretty incredible. 46% increase in sales from 2020 to 2021. We are now dealing with a $17.5 billion industry. That's right, I said it, billion. And I'm sure that many of us on this call not only deserve to have a piece of that, but want to know where to start. And if you are here today, you are starting in the right spot. I can assure you of that. However, when we look at executives, the good news is we have about 36.8% of female executives in cannabis, but we only have 21% on average in the marketplace for all businesses. So congratulations to us for beating the status quo. And it's really going to take us continuing to develop younger women or women entering this market so that we can increase that number. Something though that we should talk about is how many women are incarcerated. That's not a number that anybody should be proud of. Unfortunately, there was a 216% increase for both women, for women that were arrested for drug-related charges from 1985 to 2019. Many of us know that the United States imprisons more people per capita than any other country. And we hope that Nevada can start leading by example with the reform bill for youth so that we can get out of this prison pipeline. That's me again. All right, so for those of you who haven't been following us, real quick, we do want to let everyone know that the Chamber is leading the social use campaign and ensuring that social equity is included. We have been working with Nicole Lefong and Roz from M4MM to draft language so that it is all encompassing. Scott Rutledge is our lobbyist. He was instrumental in getting question 2 passed and just a fabulous speller that we can all learn from. And really, we have 2 different business models we are proposing: the dispensary attached and the permissive use, which is consumption only. We want these licenses to be affordable, especially to social equity applicants. And we'd like some of the money from the tax revenue to go into a fund that directly affects cannabis reform or capital. Right now, we do have $12 million of our tax money from dispensaries going to combat our homeless problem, which is awesome. But we want that money from this license type to also go to cannabis reform. After 1 year of use in the consumption only, you would then be able to apply for a single serving use permit. So you can now go into a coffee shop or a restaurant and order a cafe and a pre-roll. So we are really hoping that this happens this year. It is a long time coming. We need to give consumers a safe place to smoke. And we are very grateful to Steve Yeager for carrying this bill. It is in the process of being drafted right now. When it is completed, we will be communicating with everybody, and we need every single person in cannabis to be calling their legislators repeatedly to ask them to pass this. Not everyone has an awesome guy like Steve Yeager, so it's up to you to really be in their ear.
Speaking of Steve Yeager, I want to talk to you all about something that's really important to me, and this is cannabis DUI reform. So our Assemblyman, Steve Yeager, is the chairman for this board, and it affects all of us. Right now, the way the law works is if you get pulled over and a police officer suspects you are intoxicated via cannabis, they're going to draw your blood. And right now, the per se THC limit is 2 nanograms, which is 2 parts per billion.
Yeah.
We're going to put you on mute there. So anyway, this limit is so low that I'm willing to guarantee that, I'm willing to bet that almost all of us on this call would be going to jail. This law makes no sense. And I want to share with you a personal story about my friend Amanda. Many of you might know her. She formerly worked with Nature's Chemistry, and she is an epileptic patient. And again, Amanda has given me the privilege and the opportunity to share this story, but it is really personal. So Amanda is epileptic. She was driving home from work. She suffered a seizure. The police officer mistook the brain fog from the seizure as intoxication. They ended up taking her blood, and they ended up charging her with a cannabis DUI, despite the fact that genuinely she was driving and experienced an accident. So this is a medical emergency. Patients do not deserve to be put at risk. Industry people, that's all of us. We don't need DUIs. This is not going to progress. Our tourists are not going to want to come here if we are using this really antiquated law and old school way of thinking. So it's time to reform this. And we're going to drop My friend Amanda, like I said, she is being charged with this now, and she needs all the help we can get. They just featured her on Cannabis Talk 101, which we will drop the link to that in the chat. And if you have any extra dollars that you could share with her to help her fight, she is unemployed and would really appreciate any help. Or if you know any lawyers or resources, please connect with Amanda. She's an incredible woman and a part of this industry and a patient. So we need to reform this bill to protect all of us. Oh, and it's still me. So, whew, okay, had to take a little breath, but something I'm also passionate about beyond taking cannabis reform is our community impact. So I always say, I want to change the stigma and let people know that we need to be conscientious cannabis consumers. And one way we can do that is by doing community outreach. So this month, what we're going to do is a women's clothing drive. So we have partnered with the Care Complex, and their whole goal is they want to provide a hand up, not a hand out. And something they provide is birth certificates and other things so that people can apply for jobs. They also provide resumes. They donate clothes. They have lockers so that people that do not have homes can put their stuff in a safe place while they're interviewing for jobs. And their whole goal is helping people out of homelessness. And so we are collecting any gently used clothing and new undergarments. Please, that's my cell phone number there. If we can come pick it up, or you can drop it off at our chamber HQ. And if you'd like some more information on the Care Complex, we will be sending that out in our newsletter. So this drive will be running from the 15th through the 22nd, and we'll make sure to share that with you all in our weekly roll-up.
And this is the Chamber HQ, just to let you know. So Nuggets of Knowledge, we are doing this class consistently every single month. It is just a half an hour. And this month we are going to hear from our policy advisor, Scott Rutledge. It is an intro to the Nevada legislator. It can be very confusing and overwhelming politics. Scott does a wonderful job at laying it out so that you can learn and really digest this information. So if you would like to attend, drop us a DM or an email. Thank you, Scott, for making us just a little bit smarter. And employment opportunities. This is one of my favorite parts. I feel so fortunate that people come to us and say, hey, we're hiring for this, a controller, a compliance officer, a sales rep. And we have just such a wealth of talent here. And sometimes folks don't know where to turn. So we want to make sure that you know about those opportunities and share them with us. Tasia is hiring for a brand ambassador for Puolani. So please reach out to Tasia. Guys, if you want to move to Michigan, you can work for Old Pal. Now, I'm originally from Detroit. It's a tough place to live. There's a lot of snow. But that brand ambassador we're looking for could potentially move into a brand manager role. So please reach out to me for that. I also had the incredible opportunity to meet a man on LinkedIn who owns a 400,000 square feet cultivation in Michigan. It is an old Chrysler building that he leases out as a co-op to different cultivators. He owns 5 dispensaries and a consumption lounge. And he got the opportunity to get a license in Kingman, Arizona. That's where I went to junior high and high school. And it is an 8-acre greenhouse that apparently used to be an old mushroom farm. I heard from the Kingman gossip. But he is hiring an assistant that would then transition into a chief of staff. This is a huge role. He is willing to pay competitive wages. You would be really his right man or woman. His name is Derek. I just enjoyed my conversation with him so much. So please reach out if you're interested. They also will be hiring for 40 positions. And Kingman is a pretty affordable place to live. And Bloom DI, our homie Scotty over there, reached out to us. They are hiring for an admin and 2 part-time bud tenders. All right, so guys, if you like what you saw here today, if you learned something, if you got fired up, if you felt that energy and you're like, I want to be a part of this thing, well, we would love to have you. These are all our member benefits. You can also find them on our website. And then we also have membership packages that you can purchase. So our members are those that support our initiatives, that say, yeah, we see what you're doing, boom, boom, boom. Our partners are those that have a vested interest in our social use campaign passing. That is huge. You do not have to go get your lobbyists, do a whole campaign. We are doing it all for you. So we are looking for both members and partners. And some upcoming events. Damien, our director of Black Voices, D the Future on Instagram, if you're not following him, is having a fun birthday bash. He said everybody is invited to on 3/17. I believe that is at Bloom Bar, not Bloom Dispensary. There's also really a cool event at Ferguson's. It's called Elevate Women Business Expo. If you haven't been to Ferguson's or in the downtown area, super awesome, very young, hip, semi-cannabis friendly. Then we also have the Lvma Luncheon. We were welcomed and invited to speak about social use, social equity, and our DUI reform. So thank you to John for inviting us. And then we have the Lemon Haze Golf Tournament. I believe Brian is on. Brian can post his information in the chat. But if you are a brand, a buyer, a dispensary, there's still room, I think. Now, here's a great little part. The chamber is going to be the chamber of fun. We're going to be delivering your drinks to you. It is open bar, so I'm sure it'll just be a real hoot.
You've heard of caddies, but we'll be your baddies.
Danny saved all these great jokes to the end. Woo-wee. All right, and so now it is time for our prizes. So, Bree, we'd like to turn it over to you to announce our winners. We have, first we're gonna be drawing for Lucy's Services. We have 2 winners. That is a smooth affair. You can pick from 2 different facials or a teeth whitening. Again, couldn't be happier with the teeth whitening and my facials. And then we also have a $100 gift card to get your nails done. Thank you, Bree.
Oh, you're welcome, guys. All right, it is time for the Wheel of Names. Which one's first? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, which one would you guys like first?
Oh, it's going to be a smooth affair.
The smooth affair. Here we go.
Yes. And if you don't live here and you can't use this prize, we will try to send you a consolation prize.
Samantha Vitone. All right, so we got that's number 1, Samantha.
God. Great poll there. We love Samantha.
All right, what's the next prize?
It is going to be another smooth affair, $100 gift card. Well, excuse me, you can choose from 3 services, 2 facials.
Okay, I'm gonna take Samantha's name out of the running now that she has won one. All right.
Good idea. All right, who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be?
Who's it gonna be? Lucia Sifonelli. Hey.
Lucia, hi. Woohoo, you won.
Woohoo. Okay.
Lucia, do you live here? Let us know so we can help figure out how to
Perfect.
use this prize.
Last but not least, it's the nails. I love doing this like announcer thing. It's so much fun.
I know, right?
Haley. Is Haley still on? Woohoo!
Haley with Apothecarium?
I believe so.
Yay!
Yay!
Now,
all right, ladies. Get in touch with Tina and Danny for your gifts. And I'm going to stop sharing now. Back to you.
Thank you so much. If you also are a brand or a dispensary and you'd like to donate anything.
So who's this lady? She looks familiar. Is that
I don't
like her. She's kind of mannish, huh?
Yeah, right here.
What's her name?
Talking on you. Okay, yep, got to be careful about what you say. So if you are a brand or a dispensary and you would like to donate anything so that we can reward those who care, we would love that. And we want to just end the video by saying thank you all. Thank you for the incredible women who are creating this space. Nevada is such a unique place, but because we're big enough where we can grow our industry and we're small enough where we can partner together and really move commerce forward fairly and transparently. So we'd like to end with this incredible Meek Mill hype video that didn't work last time. And please, we'll also stay on if anybody has any questions and would like to chat a little bit more.
Or would like to smoke with us.
Yeah, or would like to smoke with us.
Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. Mute. And I'm gonna press play.
Eat the dream. You have to sleep the dream. You have to dream the dream. You gotta touch it. You have to see it when nobody else sees it. You have to feel it when it's not tangible. You have to believe it when you cannot see it. You gotta be possessed with the dream. The dream.
Any weapon formed against us shall not prosper.
Let's go. Let's
So
go.
much more cooler with sound, isn't it? Thank you guys so much for joining. We appreciate you. Have a wonderful night. Stay on if you would like.